So today I'm going to be filming a haul because I asked you guys on Instagram with a little sneak peek picture of the bag of the goodies if you'd want to see a haul. What I didn't tell you is I'm also going to include the stuff that I've bought in the last couple weeks, because it seems like in the last couple weeks I've lost my damn mind, because I have. Drugstore deals, guys. Drugstore deals. That's all I can say, is that I'm a girl on a very, very tight budget, but I managed to make a little bit of room for these drugstore deals. And yeah, and when I say drugstore, I'm including Walmart, because Walmart sells e.l.f. products and drugstore makeup, so it counts. But this is actually kind of a collective haul from about 4 different trips. And I went to Walmart, I went to CVS, I went to Walgreens, I went back to CVS. I kind of was doing some serious bargain shopping and I went a little overboard. But I watched lots of hauls and tutorials and swatch videos, and I just couldn't take it anymore. There were some items that I'd been really wanting to scoop up, and I did. So without any more to do, let's get into it, because I do have a few items, and you know I'm going to be doing some swatches for you and really diving into what I think about these products. I have tested out every single product now, so I can give little mini reviews as well to see if your hard-earned cash is worth spending on this. I kind of have it divided off by brands, so we'll just start with this one because it's the only one out of this brand. So I got the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-hour foundation, and I got it in 101 Classic Ivory. There you go, product shot. And I've got to say, I am in love with it. The first time I put it on, I didn't really know what to expect, because all of the foundations I have are pretty much on the lighter coverage end of the spectrum, and this is very much a medium to full coverage. It's also very mattifying. I thought I loved matte. I put this on and I was like, holy crap, it looks like it is sucking the life out of my face. So you're like, whoa, Jenny, you're recommending this product that looks like it's sucking the life out of your face. Fantastic. No, no, no. First of all, I'm wearing the foundation today. I just filmed this look, so if you're like, girl, I like your makeup, don't you worry, girl, I got you covered. Anyways, so what I like to do is I either mix this with a little bit of argan oil, or I mix it with a kind of luminous foundation, as you'll see in the tutorial. I mix it with a luminous BB cream, and it really just gives me that little bit of real skin look back that I need. I'm just a little too dry, I think, for the like extreme matte. However, it stays on all day through sweat. It does not break up, and it looks fan-fucking-tastic. So this was like 10-11 bucks at Walmart, and done, because I have spent buco bucks on foundation before and not even ended up liking it. So for me to be able to get a pretty much full coverage, at least for me, foundation for $11, done. And I've been waiting months because obviously I'm a little bit late on the bandwagon for this. It's been out for a while, everyone's been talking about it, and I have been, every time I walk past it, just like, oh, I want this. Now I have it. So let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and do brushes next, even though they're 2 different brands. I've been on a bit of a brush kick because, as I'm sure all of you have seen on social media, Wet n Wild put out a new line, which I am in love with, and I so far have 3 of the brushes which I have used. I used all of these in the tutorial I just shot, so it's a little bit dirty looking. I did clean off a little bit, but like the foundation brush looks a little bit dingy. But I have the foundation brush, and then I have I don't remember what this is called. This is just like for putting color on your eyelid brush. And then I have the kind of like blending fluffy brush. And so far I'm in love. These are so soft. The 2 smaller brushes were 98 cents. The bigger brush was, I think, $2.18. Not bad at all. And I did see, I got one of these from Walmart, and they only had 1 brush out of the whole line. But when I went to Walgreens, I grabbed the other 2 and did notice that they have 3 more. They were just out. So hopefully I will be continuing to add to this collection because I love it, and it's super inexpensive, so you really cannot beat that. Next, I also got this e.l.f. pointed foundation brush, And like, look at this bad boy. This thing is so cool, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I had just grabbed that other foundation brush, but I feel like that's a brush that you can kind of have a few extra, and it's always nice because they get really dirty really fast, and maybe you're really bad at cleaning your brushes right away like me, so you know. But this one I actually like because it's kind of pointed but very, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's got like a lot of density to it kind of. So I really liked it for putting on my under eye concealer today, and I've only used it the one time, but it's very soft and I really like it. And I really like that I have not seen another brush like this, so I feel like, oh, and this was a whole $2. I mean, come on, you know, e.l.f. is usually pretty affordable. Okay, so let's move into the Wet n Wild products I have. Now, I have been seeing the Wet n Wild color icon blushes everywhere, all over Instagram, all over YouTube, all over the Facebook groups I'm in, because I'm in like 8 makeup Facebook groups, whatever, you know. So I just keep seeing them everywhere, and I'm like, I've got to try these. So I got 2, and I honestly, I was a little bit afraid that I had my hopes a little too high for these. It's like a dirt bike going down the road. Anyways, I was afraid that maybe I would be a little disappointed because I felt like my hopes were like so high for these, and I was so excited about them, but I'm not disappointed. I got Mellow Wine. That's the first one here. Let me open this up. And it does come with a little brush, but I've already taken that out. So this is Mellow Wine. And let me just do, first of all, smooth as butter. You don't need very much. It's super pigmented and it's super blendable. So I'm like really wondering, how the hell, Wet n Wild, do you make such fabulous products for so cheap? Look at that. I mean, I think that's absolutely beautiful. And I know it's spring and summer, and it might be a little too dark for me for spring and summer, although I am wearing it towards the back of my cheekbones here. And I just think it's beautiful, plus what do I care what season it is? I mean, really. So then I also got, this was actually the first one I picked up, and this is in Rose Champagne, and this was the first one that I fell in love with, and I was like, I don't have anything else like this. Again, so soft, even though it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. Okay, a lot of bit of shimmer in it. Now this one doesn't show up quite as much in the swatch here, but let me just, hold on, let me get a little bit more, because when you're actually using a brush and putting it on your face, it builds up really quickly, and you definitely see the payoff. That's what I'm wearing kind of mostly all over my cheekbones here. So it's really beautiful, and it's just got a little bit of shimmer, a lot of bit of shimmer, and I think it's beautiful for spring and summer, and I'm in love. They're so stinking smooth. And for anyone who doesn't know, Wet n Wild is cruelty-free. So it's like cheap, buttery smooth, cruelty-free, done, done, done. Like, whoa, Wet n Wild. Where'd you come from in the last year? Because I feel like your products were not always this fucking amazing. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so the next thing that I got is kind of boring, but I did need it, and they had a buy 2 at full price, get 1 free sale thing going on. So I got the Wet n Wild New Formula Mega Liner in black. And it's just got the nice precision tip, just like that. And on my eyes today, like I said, I did a tutorial. I've only said it like a million times. But I really, really like it so far. It seems to stay pretty well. And I like it a lot. It went on really easily. Thumbs up. Did the wings nice. Get out of here. Okay, so next this was like something I spotted. I went into CVS kind of just scouting to see what they had. I don't go into CVS very often, so I was actually really astounded. They have e.l.f. They have a nice little corner section of Wet n Wild products, so I was pumped. The other stuff obviously was more expensive, and I wasn't so about that lifestyle this haul. Maybe next time, because I did see they have Neutrogena makeup. I thought that was a myth. I'm pretty sure the girl at CVS thought I was nuts too, because I was like, whoa. Anyways, I spotted this bad boy. This is a 6-pan palette from Wet n Wild, and it is called Poster Child. And I spotted this, and I was just like, oh my god, it's just so beautiful and so spring-like. And really, this row just like spoke to me with the yellow and the turquoise and the blue. But then like I also love pinks and peaches for summertime, and this black is even good. It's all of the shadows. I mean, I'm wearing pretty much all these ones right here. I'm wearing on my eyes right now. They're all so buttery smooth, Just absolutely gorgeous. I really could not be any more impressed. So what I'm going to do, since I'm already wearing one row on my eyes right now, I'm going to let you wait and watch that video. But I will do some swatches from this other side here because I just think the colors are so beautiful. So there we go. The top one there is the crease color. It is yellow. It is the only one that I really had to try hard to get a good swatch with. The second one down is a turquoise. Then you've got a deep blue and then an even deeper kind of navy blue. And here, I'll let you see them in the pan one more time here. I am just so in love with this. So in love. My only real complaint is just that the yellow isn't as bright as I personally wished it was. I was hoping it was going to be a really statement bright yellow, and that's the only thing it really isn't. But it still is beautiful, and it's light enough that you can really work it into works, especially if you're not a statement yellow kind of girl, because not everyone is, let's be real. Okay, so the last two things I got from Wet n Wild, because again, losing my damn mind, were lipsticks, and they had them buy one at full price, get one free, so of course I got two. I mean, who wouldn't? And unfortunately, as soon as I got home, I realized one does not have the sticker on the bottom that tells you the name. So I have no idea what the name of it is, which makes me insanely angry because obviously I want to be able to tell you, because again, I'm so in love with these. I don't know, let me see if it says. It doesn't say like what type of lipstick this is or anything. These are not shiny though, so I'm assuming they're like a matte formula. I mean, I have this Mr. No Name on my lips right now, and then in the video I have the other one, but I will go ahead and swatch these because I love them. They are so smooth and they're really quite pigmented, and for a matte, they're also very buttery. So I don't know if these would be, I mean, they have a little bit of sheen to them, so I'm not sure if they would be considered a matte, but they're so gorgeous. Okay, so there's Mr. No Name that I have on my lips, and I will find out the name of it. And the second one is Don't Blink Pink, and it is, wow, it is loud, it is bright, it's everything I want in a lipstick for spring, pretty much. I love having really, really bright lips. I think it just pulls a look together. But even this one, I was thinking this would be kind of more of a nude, quote unquote, type of color, at least for me. I thought it was going to be kind of a dusty pink, but it's actually very coral, very pretty, and so I was definitely pleasantly surprised with that. Okay. Whew, Wet n Wild out of the way. Now we just have e.l.f. So I'm going to start off with the biggest exciting find I think I found from e.l.f., which was this shimmering facial whip. So this is a whole $1, and they have it in 4 different colors, and I picked up Lilac Petal because I had watched a swatch video and decided this one, first of all, was the most unique because it has just a hint of lavender kind of cast in the shimmers. And also the only other one they had at Walmart where I got this was the pink lemonade one, which I just felt like I have lots of other colors that kind of look like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a lot on my hand just kind of for the intense of this video, but as you can see, that's really not even a lot. It's a lot because I know how well it works. So keep in mind, this was $1, okay? Boom. You see that? I'm holding my hand in the stupidest way possible. Like, oh my goodness, look at that. And it just reflects. So I'm trying to figure out a way to show you. Oh, here we go. It just reflects so beautifully. Definitely not if you want something super subtle, and that I do have that mixed in on my kind of cheekbones, cupid's bow, tip of my nose area there. But I was just so floored when I saw the swatches of those. Like, how is that only $1? And I let it sit on my hand the day I brought it home. I let it kind of like sit on my hand all afternoon. And no, it didn't stay perfectly in spot all evening. I'm not gonna lie to you, it did rub off after probably 2 or 3 hours, but it stayed beautiful for that 2 or 3 hours, and it really didn't noticeably start to get damaged until about that point. So for $1, I think you can reapply every 2 or 3 hours if, you know, that's something that really concerns you. Obviously, it comes in this cute little squeezy tube. You can just throw it in your purse. Super easy. And it does apply. I can apply it with my fingertips dry, or I can use a wet beauty blender type sponge. Either way, it looks beautiful. Okay, so next up, I was also real excited. Well, that was a terrible face. I was so excited when I saw this. First of all, this was at CVS also. And our Walmart that carries e.l.f., I didn't realize that CVS would carry e.l.f. I thought only Walmart, like, and Target did. They don't ever carry any of the eyeshadow palettes, so they finally started carrying one, but it's the baked eyeshadows, and I'm just not real big on the baked anythings. They don't work personally for me all that well. So I kind of was like, pass on that. Went to CVS and they had 2 of the Prism eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. and I was super pumped. Are originally $10. I did get this on sale and with other items and money back, and it's a whole thing. But these are originally $10. This is in Sunset, so this is the Sunset Prism shadows here. And you get 6 shadows. They're all shimmery, all very beautiful. Show up a lot better with a primer, as I'm sure pretty much everything does. Most of them show up pretty good without also, which I think is a huge testament that this is a pretty good product. I had also done my research and heard that if you seen these palettes out to grab them, so I did, you know, don't have to tell me twice. Now, the last 2 shades in the palette are a little light. One I'm not sure I'll use at all, but that's okay. 1 out of 6, I'm not too mad about. The other light one is actually on my lids today. I'm not sure how well you can tell now because I did film a little bit ago. Okay, so there are your 6 shadows. Now, this one down here is the one, it's kind of just a white shimmer, so that one's probably pretty hard to see, but let's do kind of a side-by-side here. So those are your 6 shadows. They're really pretty, really reflective, really beautiful. I'm really happy, and I cannot wait to do kind of more looks with the ones that are a little bit darker and not just shimmery, just because I really cannot wait to just make some looks and play around with that. So I was really pumped about that one, and they do have the other Prism one that's kind of more neutrals and golds. So maybe one day in the future I will sneak back over there and get another one. Next up, I only have 2 more items, thank goodness. This is a blush bronzer duo from e.l.f. and it comes in just the e.l.f. packaging. And this is a St. Lucia. And I did not realize these were both sparkly when I first got them. However, I'm not mad about it anymore because these are absolutely beautiful on. I have the bronzer on today. And I just think it really looks nice, warms up the face. And this blush, I would buy the whole thing again just probably to get this blush. Now, it's kind of hard again to get a good swatch of it, but when I put it on my cheeks, I have no trouble building up the color and making it really look pretty. So there you go, side by side here. And we've got our bronzer and then the blush. The blush is very sparkly, so if you're not a sparkle person, you probably want to skip out on this duo altogether because they are both a little bit sparkly. Now, the bronzer's not too sparkly, but there is definitely a little bit of glitter in there. But what I like about the blush is it's very different from most of the other blushes I have, maybe aside from that rose champagne one I just picked up. In that it's a lot more peachy neutrally, I guess, if that's even a thing. So I really like that. I feel like I've said that a million times, so I really like that. I really am pumped on all this makeup. Can you guys tell? I've been so pumped on it. Okay, last thing I got, and I was pretty stoked about all this stuff, actually, let's be honest. But I picked up the Illuminating palette from e.l.f. So it comes in this nice packaging. And to note on the back here, you can pop out any of these pans and they have foundation palettes, blush palettes, contouring palettes, bronzer palettes, a bunch of these. So you could basically pop these out and make your own little kits. So I'm gonna go show you the mirror just because, hello, it's a huge mirror. So you're gonna see my setup there. But a huge mirror, so if you are someone who travels a lot, these compacts would be perfect for travel. My cats are doing weird stuff and making noise behind me. So it's a 4-pan palette and these are all basic highlighting. So basically you get what I thought was 3 shimmers and 1 yellow matte under eye color. Turns out they're all shimmers, just couldn't tell until I got into the light. So if you're someone who's not real big on shimmer, this yellow color is for you. And these are so buttery smooth too. Like all of these, how do you put out a product this good for so cheap? This was $6. For 4 really smooth highlighters, not bad. That's not bad at all. Now you're going, but Jenni, e.l.f. is normally $1 or a couple dollars. Well, that's true, but they're upping their game. That's all I have to say to you. Okay, so these are all powder highlights. I have heard a rumor that there is a cream highlight pan somewhere, but I have not seen it. So from over here, this is the yellow one. And then we move to the kind of more champagne color and into the, more of a kind of nude highlight and then a kind of gold highlight. Now these are very subtle, so they're not super easy to see on the back of my hand. But let me tell you, it does show up on your face. The yellow is all up in my eyeballs, basically, because I'm an idiot and did not check in front of a light to see how illuminating it was, you know, whatever. But what I will say from using this one on a damp sponge is that it melts onto your skin really beautifully, and it definitely seems higher quality to me. The other ones I have not used yet, so I can't really say too much about them, but they all kind of appear to be the same real buttery consistency. So I'd go ahead and say that they're all pretty awesome. But really what I thought was so cool about these palettes is that you can, this is what I was trying to show you without blinding you. These like pop out, so like let's say I had the blush palette, I could pop in a blush here, or maybe like 2 blushes and 2 illuminators if I was going traveling. You'd all be set. I don't travel, but I like to point out that it's a cool thing to have. So yeah, they do take a little oomph to pop out, just be aware of that. Oh yeah, I popped right back in, we're good. Okay, so that is my kind of collective haul over the last few weeks. So that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this haul video. I don't do these very often, but everyone on Instagram was instantly liking the picture, so I was like, okay, I can do this. I can film a haul video for you. I hope this was very informative. Get out there, definitely look for some of these deals. There are some great deals going on at Walgreens and a few going on at CVS. If you like Wet n Wild or e.l.f. products, definitely get out there and get it. And I don't think I can say that another way another time. So I'm just gonna sign off of the video here, and I will see you guys again soon. I love you. Thank you for clicking on this video and staying till the end. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy haul videos, and I will try to buy more stuff to show you.